This question is asked in GATE 2014. I'll try to answer this. So I'll read it out and I'll explain first. Consider the following processes. So which means they have given 4 processors P1, P2, P3, P4. Assume that pipeline registers have 0 latency, which means they are asking us to assume that there are no pipeline registers at all. It is a pipeline processor, but then without the registers we are going to operate. It is just an assumption, but in practice we are going to have registers. Okay, so what they are trying to say is we have 4 different types of processors P1, P2, P3, P4, and each processor is operating at a different type of architecture. The first one is having 4-stage pipeline, second one is also having 4 stages, third one is having 5, and fourth one is also having 5-stage pipeline. Now if you see the delays, each one is having different delays. Then they are asking which processor has the highest clock frequency. So I told you that clock frequency is 1 by time period, and this time period depends on what is the maximum time required by a phase. Okay, in the entire pipeline, what is the maximum time required by a stage, right? So now let's see for each one of them. For P1, what is the maximum required? 2 nanoseconds, right? And for P2, maximum required is 1.5 nanosecond. For P3, the maximum time period required is 1 nanosecond, and for P1, the maximum required is 1.1 nanosecond. Therefore, this is the time periods for each clock, right? So now, which one is having the highest frequency? They are asking. If you have to have the highest frequency, highest clock frequency, we are supposed to have the least time period. Now among these numbers, which one is least? If you see this one is least, 1 nanosecond is least. Therefore P3 is the answer, right? So P3 is the one which is having the least time period required, and therefore it will have the highest clock frequency, right? So where is it? P3 is here. So this is the answer. So what does it mean? You need lower clock periods, which means higher clock frequency. Therefore you can associate higher clock frequency to higher speed processors. If the frequency of the clock is high, it means that the number of instructions that we can execute in 1 second is going to be high. See, if frequency is high, it means that the number of cycles it can generate per second are high, and we know that our aim is to generate or execute one instruction in 1 clock. If the frequency is high, the number of cycles in 1 second are high, and so the number of instructions that can be executed in 1 cycle are high. That is why even when we talk about the processors these days, we talk about the frequency, right? That this is gigahertz, megahertz, like that, right? So it means that the higher the frequency, the faster the CPU. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177, and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.